Today, this topic I wanted to discuss because it's, well, frankly, very cold here. The last several days, we've been in the teens and single digits at nights with wind chills below that. Most people in the country, or a good portion of you, have had a drastic cold front come through. And heat and keeping warm is very, very important. So I wanted to discuss the sort of how we go about our heat sources here and give you some potentially ideals if you're having trouble, staying warm during this cold spell or future cold spells. The old adage of one is none, two is one, and three is more. That's sort of our mindset on being able to have heat sources throughout the winter here. Because where we live in a very, very old house. Part of our house was built in 18 something. I haven't even been able to trace it back further, but it's very old. Windows were very old. We've had a lot of the windows replaced over time, but for people that live in a very old house or have old windows, oftentimes those windows let in a lot of cold air during the winter. So putting just a plastic bag, or you can actually order window insulation, basically that will film that will cover the windows and add a little extra heat. Those little things can add up. When I was living here sort of by myself, basically throughout the winter, I'd just keep whatever room that I had. I had a little space heater that I would take from room to room and had all the other rooms closed off. But if you're a family and you have multiple rooms that you're wanting, that might not be necessarily the easiest thing to do. That you'll want your pretty much whole house done. We have transitioned over time into at one time we basically had a full ducted system in, but that went kaput years ago. So we've transitioned to split systems. One advantage of a split system unit is we could have units in multiple rooms that we have multiple control over the temperature. So if we were going to spend time in one room, we would raise the temperature in that split system unit, and it'd help heat that room while the other rooms stay not freezing but cooler, just enough to keep the pipes warm. But with split systems, one negative is if it drops too cold, they don't function as well. Now, some of the newest units, or expensive units, they will work in below, negative degree temperatures. But again, we were on a budget, so we don't have the big fancy split systems. So another source that we have in our house is a propane heater, a little fireplace that we keep in the kitchen to help keep our pipes and stuff, that room at least warm enough so that our pipes don't freeze during these really, really cold spells. So the nice thing about propane and having a propane heater, we also use propane for our gas stove. So we actually have a 500-pound tank that, during the winter we rarely turn on that. We just turn on that stove just when it's really, really cold. So that 500-gallon tank that we have only is used for our gas stove now, and it will pretty much last us multiple years of very light use. But the advantage of that on the prepper mindset is propane doesn't go bad. If you have kerosene heaters, you've got to keep those kerosene going, and kerosene will go bad in about 6 months to a year. So we avoid that. We stick with the propane because for us, that's a cheaper long-term option on if crap happened, we could stretch it out and we'd have another heat source. And of course, as a prepper, we also have a wood fireplace option. Do we have it hooked up to our house? No, because we haven't needed it. But in our mindset, we have one, and we have the system that we could hook it up if need be. And we could basically, it doesn't have to be a fancy wood stove. You can buy, I think ours that we got on Amazon, and if I can remember, I'll place a link in it below. I think we got for like $200 several years ago. It's went up in price, but it's small, but it will produce heat, and it will at least heat up one room. So if something bad happened, having the ability of that one room being warm, we have that ability to stay warm. We also plan on using that wood stove, another one, because we bought two, into our greenhouse for when it gets really cold in the greenhouse, to help heat that up instead of using an electric system. Because again, with split system, a lot of times when it gets super cold or snowy out, you lose electricity. If you lose electricity, your split system won't work, your HVAC won't work. So having those options and those other abilities to heat your house, or at least keep one room heated, can mean a lot of being suffering through basically misery or even dying from freezing, temperatures. There are sadly still people in East Tennessee and Southwest North Carolina that are still living in tents because they've been displaced because of Hurricane Helene. Luckily, there are some heating locations that they can go to get some heat, but that's a miserable place to be. So taking little steps of putting rubber down in front of the door sills, putting trash bags over your glass windows can help retain some heat if you're on a really strict budget. Having an alternate heat source like a wood stove, propane heater that doesn't require electricity. So that's just a few things to think about if you're really cold or if you're struggling to keep your house warm. Little things like that, and having that prepper mindset for if something happens, do I have an alternate heat source? Do I have a backup? Because we're not always guaranteed electricity, especially during the winter months. So be safe, stay warm, and thank you.